Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be the Christmas special after season 10. Last time, you guys learned what a human tomato looks like. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed that reaction and my review. I talked quite a bit after that episode. I missed a couple of huge things because I think there was just a lot of stuff going on, and the really big thing is David Bradley. So I did see a couple of comments say that he is the first Doctor, or he's playing the first Doctor. I know the first Doctor was William Hartnell, but he's playing the first Doctor, and he played the first Doctor in Adventure in Time and Space. Space and Time. So I knew he was in that. I didn't know that he was gonna be in the actual show. So that was a bit of a surprise for me. That's why I was like really confused at the end there. But I'm really excited for this episode. I think I'm gonna have a tier for full length up on my Patreon. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm gonna have the finale and World Enough and Time, and probably also this episode after it's done. So if you guys are interested, check that out. Some other things that I really liked from the finale was, I talked quite a bit about Missy and the Master and kind of where they ended up, and I really enjoyed that. There were a lot of hints dropped throughout the episode that Missy was gonna do what she did, and in the end, she was on the Doctor's side. So I really did like that. I was contemplating if I should have like a section for Missy and like her arc in the season review, but I feel like I talked about it quite a bit in the finale. So I think I'm just gonna have one for Bill, because I think her character arc has been very interesting, and I think there have been a lot of similarities and parallels with her character that I may not have talked about. So I'm gonna focus on Bill a little bit more in that. So be on the lookout for that as well. And of course, everyone's performance was amazing. I loved all of it. They were, back to back. I just felt like they were really punching me in the face. But it was a really good episode. I also really liked the little girl, the kind and brave little girl. She was the one that went and talked to Bill when everyone else was scared, and giving her the mirror. That was being kind, and the Doctor gave her jelly babies, and she was willing to fight. I don't think this was in my reaction, but this scene when she asked the Doctor if that was her gun, that's quite intense for. She seemed like a really young kid. So yeah, I really liked her. She's very brave. And the Master, he did a really good job. I know I said I hated him probably a few times, but that's to his character and the performance, which is all really great. And I absolutely love Peter Capaldi. So I am a little bit nervous about this episode. I know that he's going to be leaving, as it was hinted at in the last scene of the last episode, but I know he's going to be leaving, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. You guys might see another tomato. So in this, yeah. Oh, a few things coming up. I think I'm gonna do a reaction to An Adventure in Time and Space because I haven't seen that yet, and I think, you know, it kind of fits into here since we're gonna see more of David Bradley. I'm gonna have also my season review, and I think a couple of more things related to Doctor Who coming up. I am gonna be reacting to season 11, but it might be a little while. You guys don't even know. Before I started this season, I was on a huge Doctor Who break. So I think, you know, I'm probably gonna need like a little bit of time after Peter leaves. So yeah, just giving you guys a heads up with that. Yeah, I think I've rambled on enough. I think I'm just also dreading this episode a little bit, but we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, this is gonna be the Christmas special, and I have my notes this time, so don't forget. And we're gonna go now.
Quite an Arctic storm blowing out there.
709?
You have no feeling.
I do not understand that word.
Emotions, love, pride, hate, fear.
Have you no
Oh,
emotions?
that was amazing.
Oh, body of mine is wearing a bit thin.
Doctor!
Holy
Wakey,
shit,
wakey,
I have
it's all over
chills.
No. This isn't all over. It's far from being all over.
What are you talking about?
I must get back to the TARDIS.
Man,
I
the
can't
music
go through
always
with it.
gets me.
You? How can it be you? Do I know you, son?
This is the South Pole. We're at the South Pole. This is it. The very first time that we regenerated. You know who I am. You must. The ship. You still
Oh
call
my
it a ship.
god.
Oh, dear. What have you done to it? Nothing. The window.
I don't remember
Is
this.
he gonna be his
I
own
don't remember trying not to change.
Sure, it's
companion again?
Look, it's expanded.
Well, it's all those years of bigger on the inside. You try sucking your tummy in that long. Why are you trying not to regenerate?
Courage and the right to live and die as myself.
Too late. It started. Either we change and go on, or we die as we are. But if you
Do the things that you are supposed to do. The consequences could be...
He can't not regenerate.
something has gone very wrong with time.
Hello?
That's interesting, because they both don't want to regenerate.
Sorry. So sorry.
It's fucking burnt
I don't
potatoes.
suppose.
You're trying to be funny.
Oh my god, this is interesting. The 12th Doctor doesn't want to regenerate, and I guess the first Doctor also didn't want to regenerate. She's... I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck! Holy shit! Oh, hell no.
However, since you are...
Why are you not frozen? What? What was that? So creepy because the sound sounded like the crack in time.
The doctor.
You're trying to be funny.
State your planet of origin and your intentions. This is Earth, a level 5 civilization.
And it is protected.
It's what?
Oh, okay, that doesn't usually work.
It's
Protected
like
by
a
who?
new line.
Oh, it is early days, isn't it?
A little snug from this angle, but you might be in for a
You are in
My
for a
tongue.
surprise.
Have I been burgled?
But it's
Hideous.
bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
No, I thought it probably was.
They never like
That's
it.
not just me.
What is it?
70 feet that way. See? Always remember where you parked. It's gonna come up a lot.
Is this madness?
World War I.
Judging by the uniform, yes.
Yes, but what do you mean, one?
Oh, sorry, spoilers. I'd say stop being an idiot, but I kind of know what's coming.
I assure you, I do not have the... You or me?
No.
No. Yes. Yes, I'm very much afraid so. There's a few false starts, but you get there in the end.
But I thought
What?
younger.
I am younger!
I really don't think I'm completely following. Oh dear.
Oh, you're in shock.
Who are you people?
Yeah.
I am my nurse.
Excuse me?
I realize that seems a little...
You can't say things like that.
Can't I? Says who?
Just about everyone you're going to meet for the rest of your life here.
I
Have
love
you
this
had
so
some of
much.
this?
Well, our glass, at some point in the last 1,500 years, it's been rock
So
and
has
roll.
River.
Yeah.
It's atmospheric.
Atmospheric. This is the flight deck of the most powerful space-time machine in the known universe. Not a restaurant for the French. Good Lord. What?
Some sort of guitar, isn't it?
Oh, is it yours?
It appears to have been played quite recently. Obviously, Polly isn't around anymore.
Please, 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 stop saying things like that.
In the chamber of the dead. The Doctor of War.
The
He
doctor.
doesn't know yet.
Speak with whom? Young lady, who are you?
Is he here? Is the Doctor here? Doctor! I knew it! Doctor? What are you doing?
Just keep still, please. Bell Potts.
Oh, he
My
I
friend
forgot.
Bill Potts
He
was turned
doesn't
into a
know.
Cyberman. Nobody imitates Bill Potts. Nobody mocks Bill Potts.
Bill Potts is standing right in front of you.
How is that even
Explain
possible?
to him.
Heather, do you remember the girl in the puddle? Well, she showed up. She came for me.
Where is she?
But she's
Was it her speaking?
I can't.
Can't remember. I bet you can't.
That device. What is it?
The sonic screwdriver.
A what?
Who has been stealing the faces of the dead?
Are they gonna freaking mess up that nice ending that they did?
Sunglasses.
They're sonic.
Take from you what we need and return you to the moment of your death. We are testimony.
What the testimony?
You come from the
You
distant
sound like the
future.
Tessellect.
You travel exact point of death. What, you harvest something from them?
Yes.
On behalf of the dying, what is it that...
Will you put that ridiculous buzzing toy away and look at the woman?
I should have noticed that.
Well, it might help if you could see properly.
Excuse me? I should be happy to take your place if that would resolve this situation.
Accepted.
That is not happening.
Bill Potts would tell me what to do.
Do what you always do. Serve at the pleasure of the human race.
I'm going to find out who you are and what you are doing, and if I don't like it, I will come back and I will stop you. I will stop all of you.
Who the hell do you think you are?
The Doctor.
I am the Doctor. Who you are, I cannot begin to imagine.
See who you will become.
Fuck!
No, that's not a good idea.
The Doctor has walked in blood through all of time and space. He is the Doctor of war.
What was that?
To be fair, they cut out all the jokes. Do what I do.
Man, I'm so happy to see her again. What? Your TARDIS.
What do we do now?
He has another TARDIS.
They're supposed to think.
Yeah, they do that. Look.
They've got my TARDIS. Or would...
Hang on. The windows are the wrong size.
Inside, quickly. Take off now. Deep space anyway.
Tell you what,
It's
these
the
police
original.
boxes, they're ever so good, aren't they?
My dear, I
I
presume
don't know
you'll
if I like
travel
this
with him.
vortex. It looks
Kind of miss it.
a little
Well,
scary.
he clearly is in dire need of a good spring clean.
No, stop. Look. Oh, look at the lovely, look at the astral
No,
map.
no,
Look at all the
no.
lovely blinking lights. Look at that.
Oh no.
If her face was based on a human original,
Why am I wearing these?
because I love it. Never take those off.
What's browser history?
Oh
I'm
no.
trying to match her face with a bigger database. Possibly the Matrix on Gallifrey. No. We need something bigger than the Matrix.
Oh, my dear, I hope it doesn't offend you to know that I have had some experience of the fairer sex.
Me too.
Good Lord.
Girl, show him.
There is just one little problem.
Which is?
He wants to kill me.
What is that? Is this Gallifrey?
Step away, please.
Probably just rats. I'm used to rats.
Deep breaths. Just breathe, Captain, you'll be fine.
What are those things?
Face huggers? I've seen aliens
We came here
since.
for. Let's settle down in a moment. If there's the slightest chance that Bill Potts is alive and standing in front of me, then I will not, under any circumstances, put her life in danger again.
Seriously? You're looking right at me and you don't even know I'm here.
Correct. I ask you to respect that. And respect me.
You're an ass. You know that? You're a stupid, bloody ass.
If I hear any more language like that from you, young lady, you're in for a jolly good smack bottom.
Never, ever talk about this again.
Yeah, I hope we talk about it loads. I hope we spend years laughing about it. Come back alive.
Be here when I do.
Quite right. Now, young lady, I don't want to have to repeat myself.
Brandy?
Please.
What?
You all right?
I'll be fine in a moment.
What's the matter?
I died a few hours ago. I don't remember this.
What the fuck are they doing
Why are
with
you
this
refusing
music?
regeneration?
Fear. I'm afraid. Very, very afraid. I don't normally admit that to anyone else.
My friend. Look,
Why do you call him your friend?
like
He's got a great big gun!
Dalek lasers.
Now, be honest with yourself. Wouldn't you like to see that up close?
Come
Who
on.
is in there? I feel
Up
like
and at him, Corporal Jones.
One doesn't want to die, of course, but one gets in a certain frame of mind, one pulls oneself together and gets on with the matter in hand. Big shock for everyone. Back in Chroma, of course.
You have family.
That's the trouble with hope. Makes one awfully frightened. Sound like the most dreadful coward.
what is going on? So I guess it's not Bill.
Someone like you could turn against your own kind because your kind don't do that. Because people don't believe there could be any such thing as a good Dalek.
I am not a good Dalek. You are a good Dalek. Oh,
Which
hello, my dear.
Now, Rusty, you know that
it is. Whoa. He means business.
You're the very first Dalek that ever got naked for me.
You're the first one, yeah? You're the one who stole the TARDIS and ran away.
The captain.
What were you running to?
That's rather a good question.
Questions are kind of my thing. How are you with answers?
Why would I help you?
Because helping me in any way does something wonderful. It hurts the Daleks.
There is good and there is evil. Good is not a practical survival strategy. It requires loyalty, self-sacrifice, and love. So why does good prevail?
Perhaps there's just a bloke.
A bloke?
Yeah. Perhaps there's just
Ew.
some bloke.
Well, that would be a nice story, wouldn't it?
That would be the best.
But the real world is not a fairy tale.
You dash around the universe. You're amazing, Doctor. Never forget that. Never, ever. We just needed to understand you, Doctor.
Professor Helen.
I'm part of Testimony now.
The Testimony Foundation combines the resources of time travel with the latest in memory extraction, returned to the moment of their dissolution. Without pain, distress, the dead can speak again on New Earth.
Oh. It's not an evil plan. I don't really know what to do when it isn't an evil plan. Why did you stop it?
Not everything's evil, Doctor. You're not the only kind one in the universe.
I knew you weren't real.
Oh, shut up and stop being so stupid. Of course I'm real. I'm Bill Potts. And I'm back. And so long as I'm here, what the hell do you mean you're not going to regenerate?
There has to be an end, Bill. For everyone. Everywhere.
So tired of losing people. If the captain has to die, a request. This was our fault.
How so?
Let us take him back.
But why him? What's so important about one captain?
Everybody's important to somebody. Somewhere.
I told the wife I'd be home for Christmas. Funny how things work out.
He's gonna let him see her. Oh, they are like a lot different.
Thank you.
He didn't let him see her.
Fails to be a fairy tale.
When time resumes, you will not remember this.
Some of those words were attached to actual meanings of some sort. One thing you could possibly do for me, if you're very kind, my family. Perhaps you could look in on them from time to time.
We should be delighted. What's the name?
Lethbridge Stewart. Captain Archibald Hamish Lethbridge Stewart.
I shall make it my business.
You can trust him on that.
Thank you so much.
They just keep trying to fucking punch me in the face.
Cold, isn't it? It's about to get colder, I suppose. For one of us.
The TARDIS is still there. How come they don't understand?
I say it. Is that singing?
You know, I could swear it's coming from both sides.
If I got my timings right, Christmas 1914, and the human miracle. Everyone was just kind.
You've saved him.
Both of them.
So, that's what it means to be a doctor of war.
You were right, you know. The universe generally fails to be a fairy tale. But that's where we come in.
I think I'm ready now. But I should like to know, are you?
You'll find out. The long way round.
Whatever you decide. Good luck, Doctor.
I swear, the music is fucking killing me.
Well then,
Here we go. The long way round.
You okay?
I have no more room for notes.
One last stroll. Miss Potts?
You know what the hardest thing about knowing you was?
My superior intelligence. Bedazzling charisma. Oh, my impeccable dress sense.
Letting you go. Letting go of the Doctor is so hard. Isn't it? So I'm her.
If you say so.
Okay, I'm gonna prove to you how important memories are. I've got a little goodbye present for you.
Oh, that's nice. We'll have to pretend I like it, because
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Clara.
Hello. You stupid old man.
you're back. All my memories are back.
And don't go forgetting me again, because... quite frankly, that was offensive.
Memories. Important, right?
I know what you're thinking. Where is he? Hello, sir.
When you're already dying, you're entitled to think that your day couldn't get any worse. But here you are. I'm nothing you here. How does that work?
Now I'm all made of glass, not just my nipples. Yeah, they got my hair from, didn't they? Got a suggestion for you, then.
Oh, there's a novelty.
Don't die. Because if you do, I think everybody in the universe might just go cold.
Can't I ever have peace? You're not even really here. You're just memories, held in glass. A life this long, do you understand what it is? It's a battlefield, like this one. And it's empty. Because everyone else has fallen. Where I go now has to be alone.
Should never.
Oh, there it is. Silly old universe. The more I save it, the more it needs saving. Well, I suppose one more lifetime won't kill anyone. Well, except me. Never be cruel, never be cowardly, and never ever eat pears. Remember, hate is always foolish, and love is always wise. Except children. Children can hear it. Laugh hard. Run fast. Be kind. I let you go.
Oh, brilliant.
Why is the curtain so open? What a freaking way to end. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna give my review soon. Hey guys, so I actually just rewatched a couple of scenes again. I think just, the music this episode was amazing. It was really getting to me. So I just had to rewatch a couple of scenes. This episode was pretty insane. I love what they did with having two doctors, and there were just so many references and callbacks to a lot of things. I'm gonna try and go through my notes because I was just writing so much stuff down. So I really liked that they started with the black and white, and you get to see the transition from William Hartnell to David Bradley. That was really cool, and having it come into color, that was pretty cool. It's kind of insane that it was 709 episodes ago. I'm not even sure if they're counting like missing episodes, because I thought there were like 800. Oh, maybe they're not counting the ones before he is about to regenerate. Okay, maybe that's what it is. And then I was just really shocked that we saw Pearl in the titles, because, you know, we just kind of said goodbye to her. But I'm really glad that she was in this. I was a little worried that they might try to change something with the way she ended, but I really liked what we got here. Even though, you know, it's kind of like the AI that has her memories, all of her interactions and more of her last words with the doctor in this episode was really good. And there was just a lot of focus on memories. So I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. We had Mark Gatiss. I know he's been in Doctor Who before, right? He's definitely written for Doctor Who. I think he's played characters too. I just can't remember right now. But it was really cool to see him. And he is a captain. And he is Lethbridge Stewart's father. So I think that was really amazing. You know, you kind of think, you know, it's kind of random. This person that just gets caught because of the doctor being at the same time once again. But he's actually a very important person to the doctor. So I really like that. You know, the doctor has said it before that everyone is important. So, you know, I think just adding that reveal that he is someone significant to the doctor, that just made it a little bit more satisfying. So I really enjoyed that. Oh, the way that they kind of opened into the battlefield with them zooming down from like the bird's eye view. The first thing I thought of was, you know, this similar shot in the last episode with them zooming out of the battlefield, and then we see, you know, that was raining, it was the pilots. I felt like they were going back to that scene and try to do some like shenanigans, because I had also just seen that Pearl was in the title. So I was kind of worried, you know, they were gonna do some shit, but it was the battlefield in World War I. The doctor first interacting with himself was really funny. I was kind of expecting Peter Capaldi having to be his own companion again, like he was whenever he was pretending with River in Husbands when she stole his TARDIS. And I really like that they showed the secret hidden door with the brandy and like alcohol. That was kind of funny. And of course, the doctor not liking his other Regeneration's version of the TARDIS. I just feel like it's a running joke. It's really good. And oh, even before that, the doctor's very bad with direction. That's why the first doctor was at the 12th doctor's TARDIS and not his own, because he went in the wrong direction, which, you know, worked out well for them later on. Back inside the TARDIS, I wrote down that he was pretending that the guitar was not his. Kind of, it reminded me of when David Tennant pretended that he didn't come up with timey-wimey whenever Matt Smith said it, and John Hurt was like, what? So I really like that. Oh, and then they mentioned I feel like I have to keep saying their names because the doctor, they're both the doctor. It's gonna get confusing. But when the first doctor said Polly, I'm not familiar with previous companions that much, but obviously, you know, she was someone important to him, and you can see how much it hurts the 12th Doctor whenever he's reminded of previous companions, all the people that, you know, has either left him or died or were taken, and for whatever reason they're no longer on the TARDIS with him, and there's kind of a lot of sadness there. And you know, we get into that a little bit more whenever he's talking about living too long. Yeah, so I think, you know, this whole episode, a lot of it, especially between the first Doctor and the 12th Doctor, they're just coming to terms with changing and becoming anew, but also living, moving on and just leaving people behind. So there's so much. Also, I guess the first Doctor never had a sonic screwdriver. I'm kind of wondering if, you know, this is how he gets the idea of getting his first sonic screwdriver from himself from the future. So that's kind of cool. And of course, the sonic sunglasses. Yeah, that was also really nice. Okay, so getting into the place, the Chamber of Death, I think that's what they called it, where all the testimony was. It definitely reminded me of the Tessellect during season 6 with Matt Smith. These robots that collected people at the end of their time, replacing them with robots, and then torturing them. Criminals, right? But then this is more collecting people and preserving their memory. And, you know, it also reminded me of Face the Raven, or not Face the Raven, but the finale of season 9, whenever the Doctor steals Clara from right before death, and she's on her last heartbeat, and, you know, she can run around until she goes back to that moment. So I think that concept is there, and I'm definitely going to talk about this in my season review, but there has just been so many parallels with this entire season and part of Bill's arc, and I just feel that there are a lot of similarities, a lot of parallels with Clara and her arc. So I'm going to get into that too. Oh, and there was like a part of me that I kind of thought when Bill was asking him questions and the testimony was saying that they're trying to show the Doctor who he is going to become. And I think for a little while there, I was thinking maybe it's like another version of the moment. I think also because throughout a couple of the scenes, they're playing a lot of music that was from earlier seasons. I felt like I definitely recognized something that was similar to like Rose's theme, and maybe like the Doomsday theme. I can't talk. So there were just a lot of reminders of previous seasons, but you know, Bill was actually an AI that has Bill's memories. It really hurt whenever the 12th Doctor said that it's not Bill, even though she's standing right in front of him. I understand he has to question it because to him, she died and became a Cyberman, and she was a Cyberman, right? The last thing that he knew, she was a Cyberman. But then Bill saying that she's standing right in front of him and that he doesn't see her, it really reminded me of Deep Breath whenever he was saying that to Clara, that he's standing right in front of her and that she can't see him. So, it was very interesting to see that a part of his identity, like not knowing who he is, that was at the beginning of this Doctor, and also a little bit of questioning of identity at the end of this Doctor as well. Obviously, also with him not wanting to regenerate and not wanting to keep going. And I think there's more of this kind of like identity crisis whenever the first Doctor was questioning, how far 12 is going to go. And, the testimony mentioned the Doctor of War, that is what he has become. But without context, that's a little bit alarming considering who the Doctor is in his first regeneration until now, his 12th regeneration. And there is a little bit of, the first Doctor said, "Who the hell are you?" Like, he is not recognizable to him anymore. I think part of it is the Doctor always pushes limits, he pushes boundaries, and there's a lot of times situations that are not favorable to himself, the companions. Clara is a great example of that, and he just does something extreme. It's kind of like a God complex, bending things to his will because the outcome is not one that he likes. And I think to the first Doctor, it's a shock, that this is his future, that, it's gone so far. And of course, they had all these memory bubbles showing the so many times that he's made changes, big changes, to events. And I think, at that point, it was very extreme, but we see the progression of that, and then at the end, we see that he's doing it for the better, for the good, air quotes. I skipped through my notes a little bit. Let's see. The first Doctor talked about hope a little bit, which is always interesting because it's been brought up quite a few times in the last season. And he said that hope was frightening. So I thought that was interesting. It was a very different take on, I guess, hope in general, because sometimes you can say having hope is good or it can be dangerous. Like whenever the Doctor said hope is hard to resist to Missy. So it was kind of interesting to see the first Doctor's take on that. There's a lot of amazing music. And then, getting into the place that they went to, that was the center of the universe. When we saw the Dalek, I was a little bit, wondering which Dalek it was, because I think we've had maybe 2 or 3 Daleks that have said or have become a good Dalek. But I think the first one I thought of, because it was during Peter Capaldi's run, was the one in Into the Dalek in season 8. And it's Rusty. Whenever the Doctor showed him, the beauty of the universe, and then, somewhere in there, in the Doctor's head, there is hatred and the destruction of Daleks. And that was his appeal to the Dalek to help him, which is always a little bit extreme. You know, you want someone's help, and the reason you're receiving help is because of hatred. It's a little bit dark, but it's not like we haven't seen this before. We saw it in that episode of Into the Dalek, and here he's kind of appealing to that, you know, good Dalek idea. And, you know, the Doctor's always had his dark moments. I don't know why. I was just a little bit surprised to see it here. But I guess I'm also hopeful for, you know, wanting the Doctor to do good and things like that. So maybe that's just me. And we had Bill / the AI testimony wanting to find answers. I guess answers for the Doctor and like what he's doing, why he's doing it. And she asked why he ran. And we kind of get into this whole like philosophy of what the Doctor thinks of when he means good. And he said how good is not practical, but it's always prevailing, and it's because of him. He doesn't realize that yet. I think, you know, he, at that point, he's still discovering himself and, you know, all the things that he's going to do. And then we have 12, who's at the end of that journey, and he's tired. He wants to, you know, he wants to rest. He wants to not do this anymore. But, you know, I think so many people have said this, that the universe is better for having him, even through all the things that he has to lose and pain and suffering that he has to endure. The universe is so much better for having him. I love that Bill and Nardo they were convincing him that he needs to keep doing this, but it's his choice. It's just very interesting to see the contrast of the first Doctor and the 12th Doctor. And you realize this insane journey that he's been on. Oh, I absolutely love the classic TARDIS design. We've seen it before a couple of times, right? In the 50th, the season 9 finale. It's just the original TARDIS design, and you know, I really liked it. I really like it. It was a little funny to see the first Doctor complain that it's dark, there's no lights, and this is the main control room. But you know, it's for the atmosphere, and it looks pretty cool. Yeah, they're always gonna not like the different interior to the TARDIS, which is funny. When they played Valet Ditchum for the first Doctor's Regeneration, that was really special. I really like that. And as we know, the 10th Doctor's final words were, "I don't want to go." But for the first Doctor, he says, "Here we go." And they played the same music, and he said, "Here we go, the long way round." So I really like that. That was really, really nice. And it was, you know, he came to terms with regenerating, as he should. You know, it's the beginning. He has quite the journey ahead of him. So he comes to terms with it, and I think part of it is being inspired by his future self, which that I really liked. That part is always amazing to see the Doctor interact with himself. And then 12, he has a little bit more of a challenge because he has experienced all of this. I shouldn't say that he's at the end of his journey, because obviously the Doctor is still going on, but he's a long way, down the road, and he's had so much, he's done so much. I probably don't understand what he means completely right now, but he talked about letting go of the Doctor, and I'm not quite sure what he means by that, but he does come to terms with regenerating and keep going on. So I think he is accepting of it, also with the help of Bill and Nardo, which is really good. I love their last words together. And okay, we're gonna talk about the scene. They keep bringing up memories throughout the episode, and I guess memory was also pretty important last season 10 as well. So, but it was really important in this. I did see gifs of Clara in that scene, so I knew she was gonna be back, but it was still heartbreaking. I feel like you guys should know that I really, really love Clara, considering how much I kind of bring her up whenever I talk about the episode. I mean, obviously part of that is just because I'm seeing similarities, but I really, really enjoy Clara as a companion. They just have so much history, and I was really glad that he remembers her now, that he can remember her, because Bill gave him his memories back. So I really, really enjoyed that. What did she say? That it was offensive that he forgot her? That was kind of funny. But yeah, I really, really love that scene. It's just really sad that the Doctor has gotten to this point where he feels he doesn't want to do this anymore. After everything, he's alone in the battlefield, and that it is a battlefield. But yeah, so many people have said this. He really should not be alone. And I know that there's going to be new companions next season, so that's good for the Doctor. And then his last scene in the TARDIS, kind of him coming to terms with changing and living, and to love and to be kind and to let go. I think it was also, a message for the Doctor, for the audience. Sometimes change is good. Change can be okay. So yeah, I really like that. Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. Thankfully, not as many gut punches to my face. But I did get a little bit emotional there for a couple of scenes. Again, this was written by Steven Moffat and directed by Rachel Talalay, and I'm really loving their combination. It's really good. The music, I cannot praise the music enough. Absolutely love all the music that was used in this episode. Yeah, so up next, I'm gonna do my season 10 review. I'm gonna have a couple of things coming up that's Doctor Who related. One of them is gonna be Adventure in Time and Space, and then maybe a few surprises. So make sure to stick around if you are interested. Give me a like if you like the video. Leave me comments. I'm gonna go through all of my comments loved hearing from you guys for the finale. And then leave me comments about the special too. I really enjoyed this. And subscribe so you know when I post new reactions, when season 11 is gonna be coming, because I am gonna do that. Oh, I didn't even talk about Jodie. So the way that ended, obviously it's a huge tease and cliffhanger. You know, the TARDIS is gone and she is falling out of the sky. So we're gonna see what happens next. I am looking forward to that. So stay tuned if you want to follow my journey through season 11 as well. And I will see you guys next time.